I get sent in a lot of decks, and there's a lot of cool things that a lot of players test and mess around with, and this is one of those really weird things that found its way into my inbox. This is Numeron Monarch. Now, before you straight click off this video and you're like, oh, I don't like this. Honestly, having played around with this deck, it's really cheesy because you can Zexal lock your opponent, and then on that same note, if your opponent negates it, you can literally Monarch Storm Forth, roll on out, and Aether off of tributing off of your Zexal for further interruptions. It's actually kind of cool. I didn't actually think I would find myself wanting to play this deck. Just the pure ability to roll out tributes, stall the game to the point that you can basically capitalize while using big monarchs to punish the opponent is really good. Downside is these cards lose to Forbidden Droplet so hard, like there's nothing you can do, and this loses to Imperm. So just full disclosure here that that's probably going to happen. I also want to be honest with you. I want to play a second Numeron Calling in this deck. This wasn't on my list. Like I said, this was sent in. So with what I've tested with this on stream, I kind of want the second Calling. The problem is we're only playing one network, and our dedication is a little bit low. I was feeling about just wanting to get cheesy, play like a 5-card extra deck so that once we Zexal our opponent, we can just domain lock them. I know that's like 500 IQ, just straight play one of each of these and then just Zexal lock your opponent with this. Like, it's not gonna happen, but it's something you can do in this deck if you really wanted to. So we have triple copies of Aether the Heavenly Monarch, 2 copies of Erebus. Honestly, Erebus isn't as good as it used to be, but this card is still a powerhouse. We have 1 Kuraz for interruptions through the opponent's turn, 1 Majesty's Theme, triple copies of the Numeron Wall, of course, triple copies of Gamma, with triple copies of Vanity's Fiend, and the 1 copy of the Driver, 1 copy of Domain of the True Monarch, the generic power down for the 1 tribute summons plus the 800 buff is a lot more important than people really want to give it credit for. You will still single-handedly win games because your guys are just bigger. Triple copies of the Dragonoid Generator. So for those of you that don't know, you put this on the field by paying 1,000. During your main phase, you can special summon a Dragonoid token in attack position, and then you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn. Also, during the end phase, your opponent special summons 1 Dragonoid token to their field in attack position. So, downside here is your opponent gets token. Upside is you get to generate tribute fodder so that you can start doing your guys. Honestly, this plus Vanity's Fiend will put you in a good position, but sometimes it's not enough. 1 Foolish Burial Goods, 1 copy of March, 1 copy of Mystic Mine, 1 Calling with 1 Network, triple copies of It's Just a Prank Bro, 2 copies of Extra. This is the other thing that we're playing such a huge extra deck for, so that we can capitalize advantage off of this. And what I mentioned earlier, when you could play like the 5-card extra deck and cheese out things, you can do that. I've talked about it with a few people in theory, but this is interesting for what you can actually do. We have 1 Return of the Monarchs, triple copies of Tenacity, 1 copy of Terraforming, triple copies of the Monarch Storms Forth, and 2 copies of the Prime Monarch. Extra deck is very straightforward here. Triple Utopic Zexal, triple copies of Kadaviri, triple copies of Trini, triple copies of Deve, and triple copies of Ikam. Side deck here we have triple Lava Golem, 1 Thestalos, 2 copies of Zaphion, 2 copies of Demise, 1 Feather Duster, 2 Twin, triple Evenly Matched, and 1 copy of Metaverse. Wrapping up Numeron Monarch for everybody. And like I said, I think this deck's got a lot of cool ways that you can explore and deviate through all of these cool options. But the issue that you're going to find yourself at here is, am I consistent enough to pull off these results? Do we need to drop extravs to play desires? Are we hurting ourselves with these things? Will we do better without the extra deck? Can we play the 5-card engine? What will be our maximum results to get to the best course of action. And that's where I am with this deck right now. So we'll see where that goes for now. But from what I'm seeing right now, this is a lot of fun. I do think it needs work, but give this a shot, and please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about this deck, because like I said, there's a lot of cool potential to be had here. Next up, oh man, this is Pendulums. This got top 8 case tournament. Yeah, Pendulums. TDG Yu-Gi-Oh! Ended up sharing this. Carlancho Store shared it after that, and I went ahead and we grabbed this because it's Pendulum. Alright, I can tell you, besides Triff, a lot of people do like this deck. And I mean, hey, they just got Time Pendulum Graph back, so time to have an interruptible trap card. So we have 1 copy of Black Fang Magician, triple copies of Chronograph Sorcerer, 1 copy Double Iris, triple copies of Harmonizing, triple copies of Apex, 2 copies of Oath, 2 copies of the Purple Dank Man, triple copies of the Dark Machine Gober, 2 copies of the Gate Zero, 1 copy of Time Gazer, 1 Tuning Magician, triple copies of Wisdom Eye, and 1 copy of Dragon Pit. Pretty straightforward, honestly. The fact that Double Iris just came back to turn Time Pendulum Graph into a good option again, pretty good. 2 Allure Darkness, because 3 is kind of bad. Triple copies of Duelist Alliance, still the best search card that this deck has. 1 Foolish Barrel, triple copies of Pendulum Call, triple copies of Potted Disguises, 1 Star Pendulum Graph, and 1 copy of the Time Pendulum Graph. Extra deck. We got the 1 Wee Witches, 1 Celine, 1 Halifibrax, 1 Boral Sword, 1 Apollosa, 1 Time Star, 1 Dark Rebellion, 1 Absolute with 1 Nightmare, 1 Dweller, 1 copy of Supreme King Clearwing, 1 Omega with 1 Dawn Dragster, Borrowed Savage, and the Odd Eyes. Side deck here we have triple Lancia, 2 Denko Sekka, 2 Sphere Mode, triple copies of Dark Ruler, 1 Feather Duster, triple evenly matched, and 1 copy of Red Reboot. Wrapping up, Pendulum's best deck, baby! Ah, man, Triff would be so happy to see that probably one of the earliest variants of this deck is having success in this format. And kudos to getting top 8 with this. Like I said, Double Iris coming back opened up a lot more doors for Pendulum, so that's a very good thing. Next up, we have Adamancipator. This got first place. Fadebox ended up sharing this with the world, and this is from the previous locals tournament out there. So, Adamancipator, hey look, 2 tactics. Seems to be best number. So we have triple copies of Analyzer. I see that a lot of people are kind of falling back on the 1 blue egg now. This is still draw power for the deck. Even though a lot of players don't seem to really like this card, it still does give that draw presence that a lot of people really like. We have triple copies of Adamancipator Researcher, triple copies of Adamancipator Seeker, 2 copies of Doki Doki, 1 Gate Blocker, 1 Gigantus, triple copies of Guardian, the 1 Sandman, 2 copies of Supplier, triple copies of Nibiru-kun, 1 Plague Spreader, 1 Revival Golem, 1 Tackle Crusader with the triple copies of Adahara, still best Earth Extender ever, and also access to this. We have 1 Dink Magician and 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon. We have 1 Adamancipator Signs, 1 Call by the Grave, 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Foolish Barrel, 1 Feather Duster, 2 copies of Miracle Rupture, 1 copy of Monster Reborn, 1 Red Eyes Fusion, and 2 copies of Triple Tactical Talents. Wrapping up the main deck. Extra deck down here. 1 Anaconda, 1 Avermax, 1 Link Cross, 1 IP Masquerena, 1 Halifibrax with 1 Apollosa, 1 Gallant Granite with 1 Beast, 1 Barkion, 1 Martial Metal Marcher, 1 Herald, 1 copy Crystal Wing, 1 Repite, 1 Dragite, and 1 Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Side deck we have triple Blizzard. Oh, it looks like this card's starting to get a little bit of love. Triple Dark Ruler No More, triple Droplet, triple Lightning Storm, and triple copies of Evenly Matched, wrapping up your chunk of deck profiles for this video. A lot of interesting stuff brewing out here, I would say, right now. So what do you guys think about these decks? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And well, guys, I'm out. Peace. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well,
I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out MColeGames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.